We're explaining how to mock DbContext and unit tests for entity framework in C#. 1. The core idea is to replace your actual DbContext with a mock object during testing. This prevents your tests from hitting a real database, making them faster, more reliable, and independent of database state. 2. Popular mocking frameworks include mock and nsubstitute. We'll focus on mock in this example. 3. First, install the mock NuGet package in your test project. 4. Next, let's say you have a user repository class that interacts with a MyDbContext, which contains a dbset user. 5. In your unit test, you'll create a mock of MyDbContext using mock's mocked method, var mock DbContext = new mock MyDbContext. 6. Now you need to set up the behavior of your mock. This involves configuring the dbset user within the mock DbContext. 7. You can use setup to define how your mock dbset will respond to certain calls. For example, to simulate retrieving a list of users, mock DbContext setup x = x users returns dbsetmock.of users. Here, users is a list of user objects you've created for your test, and dbsetmock is a helper method, easily found online, to create a mock dbset. 8. Similarly, you can set up the mock to simulate adding, updating, or deleting users by configuring the appropriate methods on the mock dbset. This typically involves using methods like setUpSequence for setting up return values for multiple calls to the same method, or using setup x = x add it is in user callback to capture the added users and validate later. 9. You then pass your mock DbContext instance to the constructor of your user repository, which will use the mock instead of the real database context. 10. Finally, write your test assertions against your user repository methods, verifying that they behave as expected given the mocked data. Remember to dispose of your mock DbContext after your tests complete. 11. This approach isolates your tests from external dependencies, improving their maintainability and speed. 12. Always ensure you mock only the necessary parts of your DbContext. Mocking excessively can lead to tests that are not representative of real-world behavior. Remember to handle potential exceptions during mocking as well. 13. Consider using an in-memory database like SQLite for integration tests, which provide a real database environment, but are still significantly faster than using your full development database. This bridges the gap between unit and integration testing.